Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for joining this session. We're very excited to present to you our very exciting program that does not only teach you information, but brings a big impact and bring impact to you to make you an innovator, where you can bring big change to your country um, and globally as well as the possibility to generate a very good amount of money. So let's us start. So today's session will be in two sections. The first sections, I'll introduce you what the program is. And the second section, we have one of our outstanding innovators, Elvis, from our previous programs. He will tell you more about his experience, more about his company, and how his company is making a change. And we'll then open for questions. All right, so let's start with. So, if you don't know what ReachSci is, we'll quickly introduce you to ReachSci, and then we will start from there. So ReachSci is Cambridge University Society. It started at the University of Cambridge by me a few years ago with a mission to make research and innovation accessible to anybody, anywhere. We have many different programs. We have programs that focuses on innovation, so bringing impact and value and generating money through research. We have research programs that focuses on learning research from A to Z, so from the basics of literature review all the way to publishing papers. And we have many teams published very good papers, even Q1 papers. We have ReachSci Ventures, where we support the startups that are built in the Innovation Champion program. And we have other things that we offer as well. And ReachSci focuses a lot on the social. So we don't only teach you information. It's about a social experience where we interact a lot. It's usually a long-term relationship. And not just with us, with others as well. If you utilize the network very well, you're gonna know people in so many countries, have many contacts with like-minded individuals, people who like to make impact, entrepreneurs, and so on. And ReachSci focuses a lot on innovation, so bring in real value, ecosystem, which means it's not just teaching, it's we build the ecosystem that supports you from many different angles. Accessibility means that regardless of what your, let's say, abilities or disabilities, you can benefit. And diversity means we welcome anybody from anywhere. So why me specifically doing this? So I am an award winner entrepreneur. I've been selected in many different prestigious for many different prestigious awards and recognitions from some of the top universities in the world. I've been selected as one of the top 21 innovators in Cambridge area and East England, and I founded many different startups that has generated good success as well as many initiatives. So ReachSci, as I said, has helped many people start companies, more than 25 companies. We've helped many students publish papers. We have more than 50 publications, and we've led more than 15 locally impactful projects. And people who utilize our programs, they can see real impact in their lives. Here are some quotes. The first quote is, "The program was incredibly transformative, enjoyable. It's a life-changing journey. It's one of the best programs they ever attended, and they learned a lot through these programs." And as I said, we've done many programs, worked with many professors, hundreds of professors, hundreds of universities, more than 50 countries with thousands of students. So what is the Innovation Champion program, which is the reason why you're here? So basically, it's a program that teaches you how to take your ideas and turn it into impactful companies through innovation and entrepreneurship. And let me here very quickly explain to you the terms so you better know what innovation and entrepreneurship mean. So let's start with the most basic term. So creativity. What is a creativity? Creativity is the ability to create new ideas. But these new ideas doesn't have to be new completely. It's new to you only. But somebody else might have the same idea, but for you it's new, so you're creative. And the person who generates more new ideas, you say the person is more creative. Invention is a new idea that's completely new. Nobody thought of this idea before at all. A patent is a way to protect an invention. So a patent is a way to say that you are the first person to have that idea and to protect it legally. Innovation, which is the word that is very important for us, is using new ideas, whether those ideas are from creativity or from inventions, and turn it into something valuable, something that people can buy, a service, a product, something that brings direct value to people. This is what innovation is. And this is what we focus on, is making your ideas into something valuable to people, something that people like to buy, something people like to use, and so on. Enterprise is something that is a business, whatever business you can start. Uh, you can start a grocery store, a coffee shop, anything that can be an enterprise. But what we care about here is not enterprise. We care about here is entrepreneurship, which means taking your idea into something very big, not just a small store of that sells things. No, it's something that goes to all the country. It's something that goes to many multiple countries. So these are the two important words for this program. We're going to teach you innovations, how to make your idea valuable to people, so they're going to pay for it. And we teach you entrepreneurship. So how do you take those ideas and scale them to all the country and make huge impact at scale? So the program, as you probably have seen, the Innovation Champion program is a 4-week program where we cover the most important skills to become an entrepreneur, an innovator, and entrepreneur, where you start by problem solving. And remember, an innovator is a problem solver. You cannot be an innovator, an entrepreneur, if you don't know what the problem is. The problem comes before everything. Problem solver. Problem comes before the solver. So we teach you how to become a problem explorer, how to discover problems that matters, that people care about, um, that will make a bigger impact. And then we teach you how to identify solutions. So how do you identify the best solution that people would love? And then how do you turn that solution to a reality? So solutions are ideas, and anybody can have an idea. We focus on the 3rd week on how do you turn that idea into something tangible, like a real solution, not just something in your brain, but something real that you can give to customers and test with your potential customers. And then at the final week, we focus into building something that you can sell and how do you present to investors, because usually for entrepreneurship, you will need help from investors to scale. And then we give you 2 more weeks to continue practicing, to continue giving feedback until you get better at becoming an innovator and entrepreneur. And after that, you will get the opportunity to join ReachSci Ventures, where we give you further support and investment support as well. So what are you going to do in each week? Remember, there are 4 weeks, as we said. This is what we're going to do in each week. So each week you have online lectures that you need to watch. You have multiple assignments that you need to do, and we have 2 live sessions. One live session that is done by your local trainer. So we have local trainers in your country that will ensure your progress at the best way possible. And then we have a global live session, and it will be on Zoom. So the local live session, it can be in person or it can be online. It's you and your local mentor to decide. But the global sessions where you're going to meet everyone in the program, it's going to be on Zoom. And we're going to continue giving you feedback, making you do activity and network with people from the cohort. These are some of your trainers, and this is where we have local trainers. We have Algeria, Egypt, Indonesia, Iraq, Jordan, Pakistan, Palestine, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, and Zimbabwe. If you are from a country where you don't have a local trainer, that's fine. We can link you with some of these trainers because some of these trainers accept people from other countries. So we can link you with a trainer who is okay to train you basically from a distance. Let's talk about ReachSci Ventures. So again, if you go through this program, we offer to the best teams the opportunity and the best entrepreneurs or innovators the opportunity to join ReachSci Ventures, where we give you further support, where we give you personalized mentorships, collaborative opportunities and workshops, group feedback sessions, investment support, and more. So we try whatever we can to help you go to the next step. These are some of the companies that we're supporting right now. And remember, those are the top companies that we have. So the top 20% from the companies that we started through our previous programs. We have Utano Hypertension Solutions with Elvis as a CEO, and we have other companies from 5 countries. That each one is providing a very, very exciting solution, and we hope that we will see them, growing and making huge impact in the world. Now I will open the floor for Elvis, who is the CEO of Utano Hypertension. He and his team were part of our Innovation Champion program last year, and they managed to make, very good progress. And we are now helping them in the next stage of, raising investments and promoting what they do globally as well. So let's hear from Elvis. And again, after we hear from Elvis, I'll show you how to register for the program, and then we will open for question and A. Go ahead, Elvis. Introduce yourself, and then you can go ahead and present. You're muted.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Mohammed. Let me share my slide. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elvis. I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Utano Hypertension Solutions. We deliver trusted organic solutions for effective hypertension control and management. For those who don't know Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe is a country in the southern tip of Africa. It's a small country with about 16 million people. I will tell you about my journey and my team on how we have joined ReachSci and the progress that we have made so far and the impact that we are making in public health here in Zimbabwe. I joined ReachSci through our ReachSci Innovation Champion, through our local trainer, Professor Barashir Sanakaniko. We went through all the training sessions. I assimilated a number of skills during that training. It was so impactful and collaborative. And there were practical sessions and so on. One of the critical aspects that I learned during that training is problem identification, which is basically based on 2 things. Number one, you identify a problem through the surrounding, where you live, where you work, your community, your neighbors, all those things. So what is bothering, frustrating you, upsetting you, boring you, whenever you go to work, whenever you're at home, whenever you're traveling, that's how you identify a problem. So the next thing is for you to look at research, because all what we're trying to do is to make sure that we use research as a basis for our innovation. So what does research say regarding whatever you want to, or the problem that you want to solve? What about the statistics? What about the trends and the projections? So you base all what you're trying to do on research. So in my case, I come from a research institution, which is the University of Zimbabwe, the biggest and oldest university in Zimbabwe. And specifically, I come from the Department of Global Public Health. And our campus is located inside one of the major referral and teaching hospitals here in Zimbabwe. So one day we came across a 13-year-old girl who had come to visit her grandmother who was in intensive care unit. So she was explaining her ordeal to say that her grandmother suddenly collapsed and the cell phone battery was empty, there was no power. It was a horrible experience because there were also other little children who were taking care of that grandmother. You know, the story was so touching to me and my colleagues to the extent that we started discussing and debating by ourselves. What is happening? Is it a problem? So if it is a problem, what's the magnitude of this problem? And if you look at a 13-year-old girl coming to visit a grandmother who's in the intensive care unit, all those things we started to discuss to say, is it a problem of the government? Is it a problem of researchers or skilled priorities? Are we not putting enough resources? And the grandmother suddenly collapsed. So our mind rushed to the fact that, you know, it was discovered she had hypertension. And hypertension is usually termed as a silent killer. So is it because maybe there are many other people who have got this disease, but they don't know? All those things, they started popping up in our mind as we were discussing. So we spent much of our time discussing that. So coming from a research institution, we said, what does research say? What does research say? So we went to studies. So we found out the statistics are staggering. 1 in every 4 Zimbabweans suffering from hypertension. 1 in every 4 Zimbabweans. The prevalence is very high. It's a burden to the health system here in Zimbabwe. Right? So 75% of these do not adhere to recommended diet. You know, diet is one of the critical elements that can be used to control and manage hypertension. So 75% or 3/4 do not adhere to recommended diet. Why? Due to prohibitive costs. These are facts and statistics that we're getting from research. Right? So we, during one of our sessions now, we were told and learned that for you to develop a solution to a problem that you have found, you need to make sure that the problem is not necessarily the first, but it's the best. Right? And it must speak directly to the problem. To say, if you approach a stranger, a person whom you meet in the streets or whatever in the bus terminus, if you present your solution to their problem, they will buy it, they will pay it there and there. So for hypertension, you know, it's managed by a number of aspects. For those who smoke, they have to quit smoking. For those who drink alcohol, they have to limit alcohol, maintaining a good weight, psychosocial support, but more importantly, low sodium diet. So from our side, we just skewed our priorities towards food to say, what can we offer out of these management initiatives that can be put to manage hypertension, as we have realized that hypertension is a burden to our country. What can we do? We can play our part. Yes, we can do gym sessions, physical activities, encourage people to not to smoke, but we need some innovation to say what product or service are we offering to these people. So we said we need to look at food. But looking at food now, we said, how can we make sure that the food product is innovative enough? Can we create a juice? Can we create a porridge? Can we create a spice? Or we can process fruit? Those are the things that we're looking at. But we also were taught that we look at the surrounding, the trends, what is happening on the ground. And now we looked at and realized that nowadays what is trending is protein bars, snack bars. If you look at supermarkets, gyms, wellness centers, there are a lot of protein bars that are being sold nowadays. Why? Because they are easy on the go. You can just grab it, eat it while you are on the go, or in your office, or during lunchtime, and so on. So we decided to create a low sodium food bar that is made from natural, wholesome local ingredients. Why low sodium? It is believed, or it is a fact, that if you consume diet with low sodium, chances are very high that you reduce chances of high blood pressure. So we need to, where is this sodium coming from? Sodium is coming from salt. Sodium is coming from preservatives. Sodium is coming from excessive processing of food. That's why we decided to say we need to make sure that we don't put salt, we don't process our food, we don't put preservative in our food bar, right? But if you create an innovation, you need to also to look at what is there on the ground. Remember, I said you might not be the first person to present or to solve the problem. You might also not be the first person to be on that issue. So we looked at other initiatives that are there on the market. There are snacks available on the market, fruits and vegetables available on the market, fizzy drinks, protein bars, they are there on the market. But when we did our analysis, we realized that our Utano food bar, made from those ingredients that we are not going to share, is healthy, has low sodium, is generally cheaper, $1. We are making it available to everyone all year round and making it available online shops, supermarkets, vendors, pharmacies, and it's not a perishable. But after agreeing to that idea, we decided to create a prototype. If you look at the first picture, it's the prototype of what a protein bar is, or of a low sodium food bar is. So we were trying different recipes. The first one, we were trying it, make sure that it's binding, and we realized that it's not binding, it's not visually appealing, and so on. So we kept on improving to the best of our abilities, getting feedback from first family members, friends, and we also sold to a few customers. And that feedback made us to improve the product up to the last picture, where you can see that the product is now there on the market. So when we sold to a number of customers, this is the feedback that we're getting. Considering the economy in Zimbabwe, we decided to peg it at $1. We decided to peg it at $1, and customers are saying the price of $1 is generally affordable. And others are saying, yes, you explained to us that this is not a substitute for medicine, as hypertension is managed by a number of issues that I've discussed earlier. And the product need to be available online shops, platforms, and so on. Remember, Zimbabwe is a country which has got a number of citizens who are living in the diaspora, in the Middle East, in Europe, and in America. So those people would want to buy this product online so that we can send those products to their relatives, their mothers who are suffering from hypertension or who are in the pre-hypertensive mode. And also issues of allergies were raised during the customer feedback sessions as well. So our business model now. Our business model, we're trying to make sure that all the revenue, we're getting it from sales. And we pegged the product at $1, and the average cost will be 70 cents, and the profit will be 30 cents for each product. One of the critical elements that we learned also is market analysis. Who is the target market? Primary customers, secondary customers. For us now, we realize that our primary customer is hypertension patients, and those patients who are in the pre-hypertension mode. And secondary customers were looking at busy professionals, those who would want to grab a food bar, go back to work because they are busy. They don't have time to cook. They don't have time to go to restaurants. They can grab the Utano food bar in the shops, in the supermarkets, the vendors, and so on. Parents of school-going children, they can pack that food bar into their children's lunch boxes, and they can enjoy during lunchtime. So in our market entry, we want to make sure that we penetrate the market by attending at least 50 events by end of 2025. And we also created our own pages, social media pages, websites, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and so on. We don't also forget broadcast and other social media. Then we want to create partnerships. These partnerships are very, very critical. The model is we want to make sure that whenever a person is going for wellness sessions or gym sessions, or is visiting a therapist, a physiotherapist, or whatever, we want to create a partnership where they pay for the services that they are getting there. At the same time, we can also making sure that we partner with them to say if a person is getting a service, a physiotherapy service, they're also given a bar, and the cost is just given compacted there. That's the business model that we want, because we don't want this bar to just be in the traditional shops, supermarkets, vendors, and so on. We want also to create partnerships so that it penetrates the whole market. So we did our SWOT analysis as well to say what are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats to our startup, to our business. Strength, all the raw materials that we are using, we don't have any import bill. We are going to procure them locally, and everything is procured locally, and that's a plus for us. Weakness, one of the strengths, I talked about the strength, the opportunities, promising market demand. The product is like hot cake on the market. Everyone is asking, where is the product? We need the product from mines, from farms, from small villages, from other towns outside Harare, the capital city. People are asking about this because we are trying to make sure that that product ends with those customers. One of our weaknesses is lack of startup capital, and for that, we want to make sure also that we talk to investors, we pitch to venture capitalists so that they can invest in our business, and at the end of the day, in exchange of a certain percentage of equity or shareholding. One of the threats is currency volatility. The currency that we are using here in Zimbabwe is a bit volatile, but we are in the multi-currency regime. We decided that we are using $1, and we are using the US dollar, which is also a legal tender, and it's something that is working very well for us. Since I said we are under pressure to produce a lot of these bars, mass production, automated production, we are appealing for investors who are interested in our business to invest $145,000, which is going towards equipment and raw material, staff and utilities, market research and development, registration and licensing, packaging and distribution. And this will be in the first 18 months. So if you are to be given that amount of money, invested in that business, we are going to produce for the first 3 months, 13,500 bars per month. But we don't want to be stagnant. We want to scale up because every business has to grow. So we want to scale up by 10% to produce 25,000 bars per month. And these are our financial projections. When we start automated production and distribution in October, so for that period, October to December, we are targeting to produce 40,500 bars and make a profit of $8,800. In the period January to August 2026, we are targeting to produce 153,000 bars and 80, since we have scaled up, and make a profit of 63,364. And in the period September 2026 to March 2027, we are targeting to produce 175,000 bars and make a profit of $79,100. So these are our financial projections. This is our proposed roadmap, ladies and gentlemen. By October this year, 2025, we are targeting to start automated production and distribution. As I said, we are under pressure to service our market because the product is needed by everyone, from urban centers to mines to farms to villages. So we want to make sure that by October we start automated production, which is mass production. So by December, we want to produce 40,500 bars. And by August 2026, those are the numbers. And by March 2027, those are the numbers. One of the critical things that we learned during our sessions, ReachSci Innovation Champion sessions, is to create a team that is intact. I'm happy to announce our team, which has got myself, the business administration specialist. I'm the chief executive officer. I'm making sure that everything is running day to day and everything. And these are my contacts on that presentation. We have got a biochemistry specialist, who is the chief operations officer. This lady is responsible for the recipes and the ingredients, making sure that everything is moving fine and smooth with regards to production. We've got a finance expert who is our chief finance officer. This is the lady who is going to who is assisting us right now with financial advice, balancing our books, financial statements, and advising us regarding everything finance. We have got also a public health expert who is our chief research and marketing officer, who is going to be chief research and marketing officer. This lady is responsible for pulling up statistics, market trends, projections, and advising us where we need to go and where we want to go regarding marketing issues for our food bar. And of course, we are advised by Professor Sipareshe Saganiko. I want to emphasize the importance of an advisor. You know, when you're starting a startup or an innovative business, you might lose focus. You might lose energy. You might be distracted by other things, but the advisor is very, very important. And in our case, Professor Saganiko Simbarashe has been there for us, giving us the motivation, the inspiration, the guidance, and the supervision that is needed to reach this stage. And for that, we want to thank him immensely. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to leave you with a quote from Dr. Mohammed, who is the ReachSci founder and president. He said something which resonated with me, and we have been doing that in our startup. That's why it is successful. He said, if you really want your innovative startup to succeed, focus on the problem, not the solution. And that's exactly what we have been doing. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Elvis. It was a very, very nice presentation. Very great problem that you're focusing on. It's great to see your progress, and you've reached this level. And now we're actively working with Elvis. We have our investment team now starting to work with their team to fundraise the 145,000 to help them to go to the next stage. So yeah, thanks a lot, Elvis. We're gonna come to the questions if people have questions for Elvis in a minute. But before we do that, let me tell you the final thing about the program, and then we're gonna open the questions. So I hope you've been inspired by what Elvis has been doing, and this is what we help. Basically, we're gonna help you throughout the whole journey to come to this stage where Elvis team's at, and we continue offering help. Obviously, it doesn't stop there. So if you want to register to this program, how do you register? So if we go to the website, let's go to the website. So if you go to our website, you're gonna find a link here. If you go to innovation and then you go to innovation champion, it's gonna take you to this page. You're gonna learn a little bit about the program, what you're gonna learn, and then there is how to register. So sometimes people might get confused if on how to register. So first of all, you need to check if the program is offered in your country. And how do you know this? You look into this section and you're gonna see the name of the countries. So these are the countries where it's offered now, and this is the name of the people or your local contacts, your local trainers in your country. If, for example, if you're from Algeria, you need to go to this bottom to see who's the person that you contact. In this instance, is Abdurrahman Ned, basically. Okay. And if your country exists here, let's say it's Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe will be at the bottom. You just see um, who is in charge, and Professor Simba is in charge of Zimbabwe, and you can contact him and talk about the details of the program and the payment as well. Because this program is paid, but you don't pay us. You pay the local trainers who will ensure you do well in this program. They're the ones who are going to support you locally and continue offering you help and access to this program. And then once you identified your local, once you find out that your program is offered in your country, you contact the trainer, you finish the registrations and payment, and then once you finish making the payments and obviously getting your receipt, you need to register here because this is how we officially validate you. You click this link, and then you basically register through this links after you made the payment. Because remember, the payment is received by the local trainer and the training is done by both of us. So we both work with the local trainer to train you. And yeah, you just fill this one, and then you are officially registered. Okay, and then once before the program start, we will basically send you the details of the link to register. Sorry, the link for the WhatsApp group, because we do everything, all our communication is done through WhatsApp. And as I said, our first session will be on uh, uh, August 16th, so it's in a very short time. And if you're interested, please go to our webpage right now, find your local mentor, contact them, and register because there's only 1 week left to register. All right, let's go to your questions. If you have any question for me or for Elvis about the program, about his experience, and how to register, anything else. Okay, we have a question for Elvis. What is the nutritional content of this bar? Um, so this usually needs to stay secret because we will teach you this later when you build a company. You can either file a patent or you can do a trade secret, like Coca-Cola, for example. Nobody knows what Coca-Cola is made of. And usually food companies, they don't reveal the details of their secret recipe. But I'll let Elvis to talk about anything if he likes to mention anything here. You're
Thank
muted.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a very important question. And as you said, that some of the information is a bit private, and it's one of the unfair advantage of a food company. You need to make sure that some of the information is kept secret. The recipe and how it is done is kept secret. But I would want to say we are in the process of making sure that the food bar goes to the lab and all the minimum requirements regarding nutritional content will be availed soon so that when we now want to package everyone, we will have the information required for them to understand the nutritional content of the bar. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more question? Anybody has any question again about the program for me, for Elvis, registration, anything else? How to start? I feel it's difficult. So again, this is what the program is for, right? Once you register, we're going to teach you, and we'll hear from Elvis as well. Let's hear from Elvis. Like, how was the start? Like, how to start? It feels difficult. What do you think? How do you think you would answer this question? How was it for you, Elvis?
You know what? That's why I said the importance of a local trainer. There are many factors that you have to look into. The local trainer has to motivate you. You know, innovation and creating a startup is not an easy job. It's a bit demanding. So you need to be focused. You need to be determined. So for starting, you need to make sure that as I said, look at problems. If you because this training sessions, we are going to be taught everything, and it has got interactive sessions and practical sessions that we are going to be given. In primary school, they give you homework, and the same applies here. You're also going to be given tasks that you're going to do as a team. Another important thing that you also want to make sure you have is know your team. Know your team, because you need to make sure that everyone is in and everyone is committed. When a person is given a task, because you're not the only one. If you're a CEO, you're not the only one who's going to do every task. You need to make sure that the tasks are distributed amongst yourselves. So you need to make sure that you know your team and you select the best team who is going to which is going to assist you in everything that you are going to do. And if you want now, if you have selected a problem, make sure it's something which is interesting and it's something which is real. It's something that, as I said before, if you say, yes, this is a problem, what are the statistics saying? And the solution must be something that attracts an individual to say, if a person maybe it's transport problem that is bothering you, maybe it's waste, maybe it's electricity, maybe it's something to do with the arrangement of work and whatever. So if you are now to offer a solution, that solution must be something which is interesting, and that gives you an inspiration to say, this is interesting and it's required by the customers. Then that on its own gives you much energy to keep on and keep on and keep on. All right, thank you.
Great, thanks, Elvis. And yes, as I said, this is what the program is for. We know it's difficult, and we're here for you. We're gonna go through the most basic. We're gonna go with you step by step. And then after you finish the program, it doesn't end. So Elvis finished the program and his team last year, but we're still supporting them through the ReachSci Ventures. So yeah, we'll go with you step by step. As Anita says, it would be interesting to know the protein and fiber content that is normally stated in the packaging. And I think you've already said, Elvis, that you will be taking these food bars to a lab where they're going to determine the exact content, right?
Yes, yes, yes. We were supposed to give you that information, but in our country, some of these processes they take long. Those are the things that you might face, because you want to register, you want to take these things to a lab, you want to register with this authority, the taxpayer, and so on. So some of these things they take long. So you need to be a bit patient and so on. So I think this information will be available to you. Then another question is, what is the hardest challenge you face? Two main challenges. Number one, creating a team, as I said before. You need to select the best team that you believe in, that is motivated, that is enthusiastic about technology, about innovation. You don't need to select a team that is maybe looking at rewards after 1 week or after 2 weeks or after. You might go for a longer period without any reward. So you need to make sure that the team is dedicated and focused. Then another thing is to make sure also that when you're now going through the processes of registering and so on, when you want to partner, they need papers. They need to make sure that the product is registered, it has all the necessary documentation. So that will take long. Again, remember, you have come from for a long time from other things that you have been doing. You have produced your product, but now we want to go to the next step, and maybe it's taking 2 weeks, 1 month before your papers are signed by an authority, whatever. So those are the two main challenges that I faced, and we managed to overcome. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Elvis. So we're going to share with you all the links. This webinar is recorded, so we're going to share with you the link again if you want to listen to it. We're going to share with you the registration link as well, and everything else will be shared. Dahlia, okay, great, thank you. We look forward to working with you. And Zanita, yeah, best of luck to them, and I'm sure they're going to make great progress in the future. We have a registered person from Pakistan, so I am a innovation registered person from Pakistan. Okay, you have your own idea. You will do your own idea independently. The trainer is not part of your idea. The trainer just helps you. So you will work independently on your idea. If your local trainer is very good, you can add them as an advisor because an advisor can help you a lot throughout your journey. As Elvis said, they push you, they help you to progress because there are difficulties and challenges, as you heard, right? So the trainer will help you a lot overcome these challenges, and we will also help you, but you will be independent. You will be managing your business fully. The trainer and us are there to support you and to ensure that you know the basics, to know the terminology, to know, what's needed to progress. So yes, again, you will do it independently. Okay, was the food bar satisfied? Okay, and safe for consumption for the authority responsible. So there's a question for you, Elvis. Can you hear us, by the way, Elvis?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So was the food bar satisfied, okay, and safe for consumption for the authority responsible for that?
That's why I said we are in the process of make sure that it is satisfied. It has gone through all the processes. So far, we are just basing on the ingredients. The ingredients are local, wholesome, and the ingredients do not have any toxic elements in them. So we are basing on the ingredients, but to make sure that we give people information that is factual and accurate regarding the nutritional content and whether it doesn't have any other things that will harm human beings. You know, food is something which is very sensitive. So we are making sure that we follow due process and all the other modalities and mechanics to making sure that it is safe. So we are in the process of making sure that we get that information, and that information will be available on the packaging. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions about the program, about the details, and anything else for Elvis? Okay, great. Okay, let's hear from the trainers. If we have trainers here now, let's hear from the trainers. So, for the trainers who are here, we just want you to introduce yourselves and then which country you're from, and just so people know you. Let's see, we have Asma, are you here? Let's see, is there any trainer? Adra, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi.
Hi, Adra.
Hi,
Uh,
everyone. Yes.
yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Adra Faraj, and I am a licensed trainer from Iraq. Actually, we trained a passionate team last program. They developed snack products, energy cubes made from banana peels, and it's like supports healthy lifestyles in Iraq. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Adra. Do we have any other trainers on the call? Professor Fathiya? If you can speak, if you can't, that's fine. Professor Fathiya, can you hear us? Okay, Salma, if you want to speak.
Yes, hi, Dr. Muhammad. How are you? Hi, everyone. I
Hi,
am
Salma.
Salma Abu Saleh. I am Salma Abu Saleh. I am from Jordan. I am a trainer in occupation labs. I work in the public health about chronic disease, especially chronic disease, DM, hypertension, and nutrition. Just.
Okay, thank you. So Salma is the first time to train with us. Adra and Professor Fathiya, they have been they're licensed trainers and they've been training with us. So the trainer from Pakistan, let me just share my screen. So if you go to this web page, if you go to innovation and then select innovation champion program, it will take you to this page. And then if you go to the bottom, you're going to find all the trainers in your country. So if we go to Pakistan, you will see Asma Akram is the trainer in Pakistan, basically. And this is her background. This is her details. And you can go to her LinkedIn also if you want more details. Okay, let's see. Dr. Mohammed, what is you advise me as a medical student how to go to Cambridge or improve my skills? That's another story. This is not for this program. But if you are with us, we can later on tell you more about, if you're interested to qualify for Cambridge and so on, we can talk about these during networking session during the Innovation Champion program. Okay, we have Ned, who's a trainer in Algeria. If you want to go ahead, introduce yourself.
So I hope that you can all hear my voice. I'm just
Yes,
having
please.
a trouble with the internet and the microphone. Is my
No
voice
worries.
clear?
Yes.
Okay, so I am Ned, the local trainer for the Algerian team, and I am one of the fellows in the investment team of ReachSci. So yeah, I myself have been part of this training. I had to go through all the training myself and do the interviews, try to find the problems and work on the prototype. So I myself went through all that. And in Algeria, I actually worked on a disease that was widespread. It was a threat to the palms here in Algeria. So I reached out to some of the professors, and we found actually that there is a solution for that disease in some research papers. And it was actually effective 100%. And I found even some research team in an university here in Algeria. They actually tested it out and it worked for them. So I actually reached out to them, interview them. So this is the things that you're gonna expect you will go through in this Innovation Champion program.
Great.
So
Thank
yeah, if anyone has any specific question, I will be very happy to answer or help them with anything.
Great. Thank you, Ned. And Ned is very good at prototyping software. So if anybody here is going to develop a software innovation, Ned will be a great source for you. But he's focused on Algeria now. Let's see, Asma, if you can hear us, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Asma Akram from Pakistan. I'm ReachSci trainer, and basically I'm a PhD scholar, and my research is about doing immunity infectious diseases regarding the zebrafish. And I'm very happy about the Innovation Champion trainer, and this is a great platform. And I always want to do business and creative things, so this is a real platform and I enjoyed the journey. This is my first time, and I have learned more ideas about the different type of innovations. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Asma. Let's see who else we have. Professor Fathia, if you want to introduce yourself. I don't know if you can hear us. Professor Fathia. All right then. Probably maybe she can't speak or she can't hear us. So that's it. Our time's up for the webinar. So we're now in an hour. So now we can wrap it up. And thank you all for attending. Remember, we will send all these details in all the groups later today, including the webinar. If you missed anything, you can watch it again. The links. And also, you can always contact us if you have any question. contacting Emantina or your local trainer will be much better to get to people much faster, because it might take me sometimes a few days to reply. So try it if you want. If you have questions, contact your local trainer or contact Emantina to get your answer hopefully much quicker than talking to me. So yeah, thank you all for joining, and we look forward to working with any of you who have interest to join this program. All right, thank you everyone. Take care.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.